Hey, let's do another chord. Let's do A minor 7. We just did E minor 7, A minor 7. A classic chord for the Beatles and Stones and Led Zeppelin and any band that's ever heard those bands. So A minor 7. It's like an A minor with a 7 on it. So you know A minor, correct? A minor is A, C, E. And you can find those at different places on the neck. I'm showing off. A, C, E. The A is the root, C is the minor third, and E is the fifth. So then you add the seventh, which is seventh note of the scale flatted, so it's like a dominant. So A major scale goes, that's the 7, which has that kind of nice, major quality. Major, but, that's the 7. Then, because we say A minor 7, that implies that 7 is flatted. So it's kind of a weird rule, why doesn't it say A minor flatted 7 or A minor dominant 7? I don't know, but A minor 7 means we flat that 7, which makes it a G, which is easy because A minor 7 is just like an A minor with a hole in it. So don't let my theoretical jabbering slow you down. It's just an A minor chord, add a G, and it's easy because it's open. G, so just for fun. Which is kind of punchy, right? We like that. It's more, versus is gentle. The major 7th, the dominant 7th, much more powerful. So, but when you add it to the minor 7, it kind of cancels out that gnarly, powerful sound, and it's more just kind of wispy. Again, sort of a 70s, I don't know what you call that, but it reminds me of like the 70s and 60s and stuff, and the good stuff. So some people were asking how I learned about theory. It was mostly just listening, very organic, just like, I always picture us sitting around in the summertime with like shorts on and just sitting on a picnic table, barefoot, just going, what are we going to do today? Like, I don't know. Nothing. Ride bikes, go hiking in the woods, walk on the railroad tracks. Maybe we'll call some girls later. But mainly, we're just sitting around with our guitars, which was really great because it internalized these chords. We spent time with our chords, listening. All right, let's add some more to that. A minor 7. How about you can add this, which is first string, 3rd fret. That's another G. Reminds me of Rocky Raccoon. Rocky Raccoon's an irritating song, but it's in there. Or, so that's adding the G on the 1st string, 3rd fret. But you can also add that G on the I just talked about, and let the G string be open. So yeah, A minor 7 could be that, this, or that. But of course, there's always more. Without going too crazy here, here's an easy one you could try. Just laying your pointer finger flat across the 5th fret on 4 strings. Let the A string be open. So that would be A, G, C, E, A. Root, flatted 7, minor 3rd, 5th, and root. You could take out the 1st string and just go. You can kind of move that around. I remember seeing guitar players back in the old days. They were like, just everything was kind of mysterious. It wasn't so, there weren't videos or anything. You just had to figure it out. But you'd see a guy going, it was very visual. You'd see a guy going, and it sounds pretty primitive, but at the time it looked like, whoa, what's that guy doing? Everything was really mysterious, and it was... That's a sound. It's in songs. This sort of wing wang. Yeah, wing wang. There's a technical term. You could also kind of get a little flavor of A minor 7, like. Sounds like caveman music. That's kind of in the A minor 7 mode, and we're just taking advantage of the open A string. Alright, let's do a couple others. How about this? That's cool. That's a root, flatted 3rd, flatted 7, no 5th. 5th would be hard to add, but no, we can't. Whoa, how about, I can't do it. Can't think of a 5th there. Root is A, C is the minor 3rd, G is the flatted 7. So you can throw the 5th out. You don't have to. The 5th is kind of overkill. It's like implied in a power chord, There's the root and 5th. But, if you've got 2 guitars or like a keyboard or a bass player or even the drums or some other instrument, vocals, kind of implies the 5th. Or your imagination just fills it in. So just a root 3rd 7 is cool. Up here you can do like, that's a good one. That's like A, C, G, A. Which now it starts to sound like maybe a lead guitar thing. So that's what's cool about, that's what I like to do, is take the notes of the chord and turn that into your lick or riff or phrase or melody. It's almost a minor pentatonic scale. Again, I'm just leaving out the 4th. If you add the 4th, you got a minor pentatonic scale. So an A minor 7 chord is almost A minor pentatonic scale. Here's the 4th. There it is. Open A scale's kind of or string is kind of a free shot. Just. Let's do a little more. How about this? That's super cool. if you're gonna, that's basically just an A minor here. So this is open 10, 9, 10, or A, C, E, A. You could add your flatted 7 here. Cool. So just with, you're so close to doing amazing things with one chord. All you know, just move a couple things. I missed. Strike 2. So just contemplating a chord and make a little mistake or add something or move something, you're going to find melodies and riffs and movement. And again, I learned just by listening, okay? I mean, I've got books on theory and stuff, and it kind of confirms what I think I know or discovered, or clarifies what I have been trying to hear or play or describe. So music theory just helps us kind of describe what we're playing or what we're hearing. So that, again, that's an A, that's a 10, 9, 10. And that's a G. Here's a G flat, which would be a 6th. So a minor 6 is kind of a really sad chord. That's an F sharp, the 6th note in an A scale. Yeah, the 6th, normally in a minor scale we flat the 6th. Wonder what that sounds like. Whoa, whoa. Wow. That's a major 7. With a minor is very weird. A minor / major 7. That's adding a 2nd or 9th. I think it's a, 9th, 2nd. I don't know. Sounds like a 9th to me. It's a minor 3rd. Wow. So that's a kind of a melody line on the 2nd string combined with the chord. Crazy. All right. Don't forget, A minor 7 is here. It's in my chord book on the first page. On something I use called chord yoga, just to kind of relax and listen and start these kinds of conversations. So this is just a beginning. People are like, when do we get into the good stuff? I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Chord yoga is where you start thinking about this. So I was just going to talk about A minor 7. It turned into all that. So these are $20 if you're interested. I've got a few sitting here. I'm actually going to donate the money from, I've sold 3 this week, so I'm going to donate all that and the sale of 7 more to my school, Eastern Iowa Arts Academy. It's a non-profit. I'll split that money with Unleashed, which is a animal rescue place in southeast Iowa, and where they are, they're the only place in that area that helps animals. So there's, in Cedar Rapids where I live, there's numerous rescue agencies and nonprofits, but that's the only one down there, and that's where I got my cat. So I support them because they're isolated, and so I try to help them out. They really do help cats, and they don't. It's a no-kill shelter, so we'll split the money between those two places. All right, as usual, too much talk, not enough rock. It's not right. Lila's in there yelling at the cat for walking on our food. All right, talk to you later.